Alright, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another strong one reaching us. Okay, onto this Peter Obi to Senate. Suspension of Ningi hasn't addressed vital issues in allegation. Alright, the news in details. Onto this, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, said the suspension of Senator Abdul Ningi by the Senate has not addressed vital issues in the allegation of the lawmaker. Obi stated this in a statement via his X handle on Wednesday. According to him, the fuse over the alleged 3 trillion padded into the 2024 budget still rages as the Senate's reaction of suspending the whistleblower has not addressed vital issues emanating from the allegation. He said the Senate is insisting on his allegation and the executive agreed that there was only 1.2 trillion padded, not 3 trillion as alleged by the senator. Fresh allegations have also cropped up over the indiscriminate and then unbalanced allocation of constituency projects by the Senate leadership. A civic society group bandaged through their officials has also added their voice to agree with the senator. They allege that there were no detailed project allocations for about 3.7 trillion in the 2024 Appropriation Act. As the Senate suspension of the senator involved has not addressed the issue, they still owe the Nigerian public a clear clarification over the various claims and then counterclaims, including that of the executive arm, to be able to know exactly what is happening and then also disclose to the public the exact amount allocated for constituency project for appropriate monitoring of implementation by the public. I had particularly elucidated in my earlier comment on what we can use the 3 trillion naira to achieve by showing that it is more than the national budget of the two cost crucial components of the Human Development Index, health and then education combined. Obi further stated, now that the executive arm has accepted that the padded amount is only 1.2 trillion naira, it is still a very significant amount when you consider that it is almost 5 times the 251.47 billion proposed for universal basic education, which is the foundation of education in the country. Today in Nigeria, the greatest challenge to human resources development is education, which has been identified as most critical at the basic level. The Labour Party candidate said Nigeria has about 20 million out of school children today because of the poor investment in education, adding that these are resources that would have been utilized to ensure that our children are taken off the street and returned to schools. He said the 1.2 trillion naira which the executive branch admitted to have been padded, if channeled into any of the critical areas of development, could have positively impacted the nation and then uplifted the people. Obi said, and then if indeed the report from budget is true that there is about 3.7 trillion naira without any detailed project allocations, I strongly urge the Senate to do more detailed work of channeling these funds into the critical areas of development, education, health, and the pooling people out of poverty, which will in turn minimize the criminality we are facing today. We must, as a matter of urgency, put a stop to all the wastage of our scarce resources amid the excruciating hardship in the country. Let every penny of our public funds be used for public good. That is the only way to achieve the new Nigeria we are working towards, says Peter Obi. Recall that the 2024 budget has been a subject of controversy, with Ningi alleging that the Senate padded the 2024 budget to the tune of 3.7 trillion naira. Ningi, in an interview with BBC Hausa, claimed that the federal government is operating two versions of the 2024 budget, and then that the 28.7 trillion naira budget passed and then signed into law by President Tinubu was squid against the North. At the resumed plenary on Tuesday, the Red Chamber, under the leadership of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, suspended Senator Ningi. Well, onto this one, this is what is actually reaching us. Peter Obi to Senate made it clear suspension of Ningi hasn't addressed vital issues in allegations. All right, and then exactly what we are getting: if they suspend him and then he goes home, then he is not prepared to be good senator. The senator should ask former deputy senate president Ove Omo Agege how he did it during Saraki, and then the mark disappeared from the senate chamber. They suspended Ali Ndume, but they couldn't do it with Omo Agege. Peter Obi will be taken to Aso Rock to be president, according to what Mervyn Tunde had actually said onto this one. Well, we are getting a lot of reactions, and the majority of people are still reacting strongly onto this one. Well, according to what we are getting so far, it had been made clear by Ibrahim Olamide onto this one. It says Obi is correct. Nigeria is uselessly irredeemable. No problem. One thing I know for sure is that one day God would answer our prayers by releasing fire that will resume all these heartless and the wicked elements, beginning from Aso Rock to wherever it needs to. Let them continue to pretend like they don't know what is happening. All right, and that's another strong one. Well, according to Erim Ekem, he said, well, they are bunches of criminals. This is one of the reasons they are fighting against Peter Obi, because they know quite well that he will not give room for that. It is only God that will save the country upon the sufferings of the masses. Heartless criminals that's supposed to buy by firing squad. Okay, that's another one that has been said by IRM Ken. Well, I wonder the kind of leaders that we are electing to represent us. Just imagine a member of the house raise an concerning budget padding, and the next thing the house could do is to suspend him, saying that he has not been able to prove his allegations, and them also that themselves has actually come out to say that there was padding of 1.2 trillion, and then the whole essence of this is there was paddling. That's so serious. Well, most of them were not elected but rigged and then selected. Okay, that's another strong one. Well, somebody said, I see, no wonder they are all corrupt people. Yes, and exactly what we are actually getting. Again, onto this one, my people, what more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this one, and then remember to subscribe for more updates if you are just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.